everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Money Talks. Today we're going to be talking about hay. Hey, y'all. So hay is probably our number one expense. It is definitely our most consistent expense. There's never a month where we don't have to deal with hay. Even when we have great pastures, there's just horses that sometimes need to be eating hay all the time. So I'm going to start by putting out some numbers because that can help people, I think, understand the scope, sort of. So right now we pay 50 euros for one bale of this. I don't know how many kilos this is, to be honest, but it's a lot. We're really fortunate because our neighbor actually supplies our hay. So we are getting it below market value. He stores it and he drops it off whenever we need it, which is just awesome. It's not the best quality hay. It definitely doesn't meet all of the nutritional needs, so we do have to supplement with hard feeds, but from a constant forage standpoint, it's a really great, with something that we can always get. However, now I'm going to backtrack a little bit into when we first got the farm. Financially, we did not have control over the finances of this farm until this past July, which was a year after I came to the farm. And the original plan when we bought the farm was that I would come and the previous owner would stay on site with me, and we would co-run the farm for 6 months to a year. Hi, dogs. Oh, the goats are coming. Sorry for the interruption. So for 6 months to a year, the plan was that we were going to run it together, and I was going to learn everything there was to know about running this place, about the clients, about our suppliers, about how to do the paddock maintenance, just everything. Unfortunately, the reality of what happened is that the previous owner, the seller of the farm, got really sick. And so by the time that I got here, she had actually already vacated the premises entirely, and there was zero turnover. I say this because one of the mistakes that we made that I would hope other people can avoid is that we did not have it written in any sort of contract that there would be this turnover, that there would be any type of educational period where I would learn about how the farm was already being run from the previous owner in order to set us up for success. And that has been a major factor in our financial journey and the fact that it hasn't gone as well as we would have hoped, because we put a lot of faith in that transitionary period that would allow us to continue running the business at the level that she had. And when that fell apart with my lack of Italian skills, and again, she got sick. So this wasn't something that was deliberate. This wasn't something that anybody could have any control over. It's just bad luck. But because there wasn't any contract to give us a safety net, pretty much I just got thrown in the deep end and sink or swim. And I think we've mostly swam, but we are definitely still, we need a little bit of a lifesaver. So when it comes to the hay, the reason this is so relevant is that there is also no contract in place with our neighbor. It's very much a social handshake sort of thing. He supplies the hay, we pay for it. The quality of the hay was never brought into question previously to me, and there was no recourse for us to return bad hay if it wasn't up to quality. And I really, really love our neighbor. I love him. He's fantastic. His whole family has been fantastic. They're the reason that the entire community has been welcoming to us. No complaints whatsoever. But because we don't speak the same language, there's often a lot of sort of confusion or miscommunication, I think, about what we expect and what they expect from us. So again, why is this all relevant? We're in debt on our hay, and our neighbor has been fantastic about it. He has just been so patient. Part of the reason we're in debt is because I have been very reluctant to send back any bad hay for fear of ruining the relationship, because we don't have a contract or any type of written agreement that provides us with that sort of standard of what we can return, what is too dusty or what has too many sticks or too much mud or too much whatever. So in light of that, I've been very reluctant to turn anything away, which means that I've been paying for hay that maybe isn't at, the best quality, which means that we're having to supplement elsewhere. We're having to feed more hay because the horses can't eat some of it, and obviously we do throw out anything that is moldy or rocky or anything, so we just throw it away right now. So the debt has risen and risen to the point where now we're about $6,000 in debt. Again, he's been amazing, and I can't stress that enough, but it's kind of time where we would like to get him paid back. So that's kind of why we're talking about this, is one of the major things that you guys can do to help us is helping us pay our hay bill. You can do that through our sponsorship program, which we will be releasing soon. And the lowest level of sponsorship will be the €50, and that covers one bale for one horse. And generally speaking, if you average it out over the course of the year, one bale per horse per month is fairly normal. In the wintertime, we obviously use a lot more. In the summertime, we use a lot less, so it does balance out. So that's one way. You can just donate €50 and say, hey, I want this to go to your hay bill, which us and our neighbor would be thrilled about. You can set up an automatic small monthly payment that you can also say, hey, can you just put this towards your hay bill each month? And you can also do things like liking, subscribing, commenting, really interacting with our socials, because we are at the point where we are able to monetize those, and every little bit of that can go towards our hay debt. So that is our big hay thing. Again, this is our most reoccurring cost. We do thankfully have some plans in place for our paddock maintenance that will hopefully allow us in the summer times to be able to use almost all pasture without having to feed so much hay, which will also help us keep our debts down if we can sort of manage to smooth the way a bit. But we're sort of just right now dealing with the after effects of not having access to any of the finances. So we weren't paying the hay bill ourselves for the first year that we were here in the first place. And then by the time we caught up, we realized that there was actually no safety net left at all when we took the business over, which meant that we didn't have anything in the pot to be able to catch up with some of these things that have come up. So yeah, that's hay. Big part of farm life. We do get deliveries like 3 or 4 times a week, which is, thank God for the neighbor, because he really does we say we need it and they get it. These are all of our client horses here, in case anyone is interested. They're hanging out with me, telling me that they wish I would take this net off, but keeps them slowed down and make sure there's always. And then our donkey friends here, we've got Rudy and Yaya, who are doing quite well despite missing our mama, who we lost 2 weeks ago now. So yeah, anybody have any questions, any comments, any advice on other ways we can save on hay, just anything, honestly. But again, if you can like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, do commenting, all of that is really going to help us in the long run. And if you would like to donate, there will be a link in the bio, in the description, so you can let us know that you want to help us pay our hay bill down. Nadia will say thank you. Thanks, guys. Bye now.